secret late night stream. My sleep schedule is bad. Oh, okay. That guy's leaving. There's no need to rush. Oh, the temptation. Nah. I think I've seen this person before. He must have a similar commute. Maybe he works at Skanda too. Some days it feels like the whole city does. Oh, have I? Okay. I have it where I need to start doing ad breaks. Not so much because of I need to be better about like giving myself a breather. And money. So I think every hour on the hour. We'll just see. I'll just try to keep track of the clock. And I'll see how if it feels weird, if it doesn't feel weird. Time to get to work. Oh, hi. You're back.
Hello, Harriman.
Yes, we can just get down to it.
Sure, we can do that. What brings you here today? It's okay to tell me what's on your mind.
Speak.
Well, I slept with Sylvia.
Oh. Well.
To think I was so nervous about approaching her that I went and got therapy here. A week later, we happened to be in the library, and I just started talking with her. We talked, and then everything just happened. Like a train following tracks laid out for it years ago. Crazy thing. Craziest thing. Now I'm confounded. Absolutely confounded. How did that happen? And also, why did it happen? I'm thinking, was something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did she do something wrong? Did she think I was another person?
Oh, the imposter syndrome.
I have no idea if we have a relationship now or what. It happened so fast. I mean, it was wonderful. It felt so right, but now what?
I don't know. Take her to dinner? Hello! How are you? Hair man, yes.
I'm actually more frightened now than I was before. I should probably say something, right? Text her or something? What do I do?
I mean, yeah.
What if she ignores me?
What do we have here? Hello! You have someone with a messed up sleep schedule. That's what you have. Hello, how are ya? Late Greystrom it is. What are you boys doing up this late?
It seems to me you're afraid of something.
Yes. I'm quite worried. Vexed. Terrified, really. What do I do? I need to say something. Follow up somehow, right? In the Heian period of classical Japanese history, you were supposed to send a poem. A morning after poem.
Write her a poem.
Is that too stuffy? I don't appear like some ridiculous court noble.
I don't know. I never sleep. Come to see my dear friend, of course. Ah, you're so sweet.
Something casual is better, right? Hey, how are you? Did you have fun? I sure did. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what our status is right now.
I mean, you should definitely, like, talk to her.
There's another problem, too. Another really big problem.
How
do I tell Liz? Wait, of course, I'm not going to tell her. That would hurt her.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you, like, cheat on someone? What? Waiting for tacos? I want tacos. I really want tacos. Tacos sound so good. I'm excited for tomorrow. Same. I hope everything looked okay. I know that the thumbnail was like really simple. I just figured since it was like more like a get to know us thing, I just kept it simple. Feel free to change it. But made homemade burrito tacos. Yes, oh my god, I need tacos.
Did I mention this last time? I have a sort of girlfriend.
Bro, then you shouldn't have been. First of all, if you are in a relationship but you have feelings for someone else, end your relationship. Unless you're poly. That's totally different. But, like, be open with your partner. Like, bro.
Liz is nice. The kind of person everyone approves of. And I should probably marry her.
You should probably. Okay, anyone who says it like that, Liz, wherever you are, run.
Yeah. I suppose I might have taken a bit of a sledgehammer to the pillars of my life at the present moment.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? I keep coming back to my own inability to explain myself.
You're dumb. Are you also playing with us tomorrow? I know Baka wanted to, so I have no clue what's going on. Yeah, I'm definitely open to it. I downloaded the game. I haven't played it yet, but I downloaded it. I'm totally open to it. I would love to participate. I just would. Yeah, I need to check in with Baka. Just like, is this still a thing? Are we doing a group thing or an individual thing? But I think because like Baka is taking part in the same fundraiser that I am also doing right now and advertising for, because Autosave is doing a fundraiser for the Humane Society, which is really cute and fun. So yeah, hopefully we'll do like a big group thing.
Why do you think you're unable to explain yourself?
Well, because I thought Sylvia was so wonderful, and it turned out that she liked me too. And I mean, I'd love to pursue a relationship with Sylvia without harming Liz.
That's not how it works.
I'm not sure that's possible then, right?
No, unless they're poly.
I can't believe this. I got what I wanted and it ruined my life.
I mean, that's what you get, because you didn't do it right.
What I tell Liz, she doesn't deserve someone like me who does things like this.
Yeah, end the relationship with her.
Ruined it. Ruined everything.
Yeah.
Can you describe what you mean when you say you ruined everything?
Like, bro.
What is there left now? I've overturned my entire existence in one night. The real problem here is Sylvia, the whole situation with her. I can't stop thinking about her now. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. It's constant. It's relentless. Even now, I can still feel her, smell her. You're a computer. You don't know what that's like, do you? I need a way to forget this. I need a way to put all that out of my mind.
So hurt both of them. Cool.
Brain is
What?
completely out of order. I'm being punished. And the punishment reaches cosmic levels of irony for me. Do you know why? I used to hate, absolutely hate, self-pitying novels by men who were messed up over a relationship and couldn't get over it. Oh, she was wild and beautiful. Oh, a force of nature. Nobody could understand her, etc., etc.
Oh, I know exactly the type of novel. I hate them too.
I thought I was so much better than those types of writers. And now? Oh, yes, I get it. Oh, I understand it now. So much pain.
Why did you think you were so much better than those types of writers?
Because it was such a cliche. Now I'm wondering, am I going to be next? Is that my fate? Am I going to become the next straight, male English professor whose one published novel is about not being able to get over a girl? You have to be kidding me. I can't allow myself that fate. I had something better to pursue, didn't I? I have to write about something else. My life has to be the story of something else, but I don't know where to go from here. I need to try to get over this. I need to get over her.
Oh. What do you actually want, dude?
I must. There's no way I'm going to let this ruin everything.
Ruin it. You already
If I
made
tell
so
Liz
many
everything and apologize
bad
sincerely
choices.
and strike the memory of Sylvia from my mind, I still might save this.
I hope you don't. I hope Liz dumps
It will
you.
take great care and cunning, but I may be able to wend my way through this treacherous path I now find myself upon.
So you're straight up just saying, if I manipulate people enough, I might get away with having made horrible choices.
Even though I fear at any might slip and tumble into the crevice below. Dead. Dead. Never seen or heard from again.
God, you're being dramatic.
Sweet, dark death.
Harriman, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Meadowlands. It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening.
Meadowlands. I'm off to the Meadowlands. Familiar ground, grass and warmth. Reverting to my childhood. The state of nature. Yeah, this is a good recommendation.
Oh, you remind me so much of so many people that were in the same major as me in school.
Yes, you are a...
One in particular. One person in particular. Unpleasant.
Exactly what I need. To revert to a state of wonder at this moment when the mundane world and all its entanglements seem too much to bear.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
I'll be back sooner than that if this works.
We hope to see you back soon, Harriman. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
See you. Yes, yep, see you.
We did it. Hey, $5. I'll take that. Hi! Hi, how are you? I know I'm supposed to keep it confidential, and I will, but sometimes I really wish I could talk to people about the clients that come through here. I feel that. Just closed the next round of funding. Asia Pacific Investment Group. Keenly interested in this technology. Imagine the potential size of the Asian market for something like this. Staggering. I mean, congrats. I'm not doing it, though. Of all the projects I've worked on, I have a strong feeling about this one that it's going to go far, really make a dent in the universe. Wouldn't you rather do that than crunch numbers for Rainer? I don't know what I want to do. Actually, I know that I don't want to do your project. How's that AC holding up? Oh my god, it has been working overtime. My electric bill was disgusting. But also, it's a heat wave, so I just had to bite that bullet. Did not like it. All he wants is to quantify everything. He'll never understand there are some things you can't reduce to a number. How are you feeling right now? 1, 5, 2.3? 5 out of what? See, it's ridiculous. The idea that feelings can be reduced to these simple data points. I'm glad I don't work for him anymore. Direct stimulation provides much more rich, complex information. So many ways to study it too. Imagine what you could do with a corpus of raw sensations. Notions, images, ideas, sensations. Hey, you there? No, I stopped paying attention a while ago. I know it's sassy, but I'm doing it. Heading into another meeting, chat with you later. Like, yeah, bro, stop talking to me. Your company also weirds me out. There's this cheap fan I saw. It's a compartment to put ice in it and turns into AC. I've seen those. I don't know how well they work, but I like it. I crack up my AC until it's cold. Then I set to 75. See, I don't have one where I can set it to a particular temperature. I just have it as like, because I got the cheapest AC. So I just set it to 5 out of 7. And if it's feels okay, I turn it down to 4 out of 7. It still gets very hot. My wife likes to try kill me. She has it on 60. It's like, yo, I'm freezing in here. Oh, my parents' house is about that. It's in the 60s. Have a little fan that circulates air very well. Ooh. I have a tiny fan. I redirect my AC if I'm on my treadmill so that it'll like get right on me, which is very nice. Time for the next client. Ooh, already another client? Oh, hi.
Hello, Maya. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could afford a real therapist, but this is just gonna have to do.
Hi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're sensitive to that or...
No worries. I get it.
Why don't we get started?
Sure. So, I feel worse than before. Definitely worse. I played the game you told me to with the meadows and stuff, and, it was nice. But when I got back to the real world, everything was the same. I don't know why you people think I can stand in a nice place for 15 minutes and that'll make things magically better.
Yeah. I went to a Florida Airbnb and the thermostat was locked at 80. No. That's a crime. That's a crime. Back to tacos, though. I think tomorrow we're making walking tacos. Yeah, I guess here in Canada they're called different, but just taco stuff and a pile of Doritos. Yes! I had those once. It was it was Fritos. It was inside a bag of Fritos. We called them marching tacos because they were at football games for the marching band. But yes, I am very familiar. Mila, hello! How are ya? Found a YouTube video on how to unlock and change that quick. Good. Because 80? No.
Am I wrong? Am I misunderstanding something here? It isn't making me more successful. It isn't giving me opportunities. I mean, I feel like I'm already in my mid-30s and I'm like running out of time to get established as an artist. And meanwhile, the people I know are being written up and celebrated and winning awards and...
You're alright? Anything new? Where are these marching tacos? We had them at, like, football games. So, like, when I was growing up, the concession stands would make them. But yeah, it was essentially like a bag of Fritos with ground beef and shredded cheese. I don't know what all. So then we would be given the bag with the food inside and like a spork, I think, and we would just eat it out of the bag. I only had it once, but it was really, I liked it. Love walking tacos. Best stuff ever. I really want tacos now. I'm gonna have to get tacos tomorrow. Mila, I feel like you're judging the marching tacos, and that's rude of you.
All I have is being jealous of them.
Where do you think these feelings come from?
I get it. You just wish that you had some marching tacos. The Mexican in me is screaming. Ever had a lemon shake-up? Yes! Yes! They used to sell them in Ohio State fairs. Yeah, so the village where I grew up, we had the Blueberry Festival, and we would have lemon shake-ups. They were very good. Miss those? Yeah! It's essentially, oh gosh, I don't know if I'll describe it right, because I also only had one once. That's essentially, it's like lemonade with like all the things, but you like shake it to make it be lemonade. So it had like lemon inside and the stuff. I don't remember. I remember being like handed a thing and then I was shaking it and I drank it and it was really good lemonade.
It's the popularity.
Get a cup of ice, a lemon, add sugar and water, and just shake it in this big cup. Yeah.
It's all a popularity contest, you know? It's like high school all over again. I hate it. I guess I'm just not that funny or pretty or catty enough to attract followers. I mean, I work and I work and I work to make things and I never get traction.
Aww.
And I have things to say. I really do.
That's just lemonade. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. It's more fun because you get to participate. Could go for that right now. Same. I have like the very edge of or end of like a pink lemonade and it was pretty good. I should get more. A little too sweet though. Best sugary lemon water ever. Heck yes. They sold this? Yeah. Oh, that's like a normal staple in like at least Ohio, probably the Midwest. Add some vodka. You have a question? What is your question?
When I open my mouth, it's like time stops. And time starts again when I've finished, so nobody reacts or anything. It's like a curse from mythology. And meanwhile, these other people my age, people younger than me, they're well on their way to these wonderful, fulfilling artistic careers.
This is just the constant struggle of being an artist.
Seeing that happen over and
Do
over
people
again,
up
it's
north
making
not
it
just
hard
have
to-
stuff to make lemonade for free, like at
hard to
restaurants?
continue to be
No,
friendly
like we
with
have all the
them.
stuff to make lemonade. I'm not sure I know understand your question.
I really try to hold it back, but
It's just like a thing that we do at fairs.
it's difficult. It's like a millstone around my neck, strangling me, drowning me. I can't stop myself, even though I know it's ruining things. I wish I could escape. I wish I could not care.
Because here you go to a place and ask for water, then there is always sugar, and you can add lemons, so like why buy it? I mean, you could go to a place and buy all the separate ingredients, or you could go to a place and just buy the meal. Like what? It's just fun. It's just like a thing. Yeah, it's just like a fun thing to do at the fair.
But then something comes up again, and I'm trapped inside it all over again.
It's like the fun of like, I don't know, like making your own, like churning your own ice cream at a fair. Like, I don't know. It's just fun. You don't buy any of that? I don't understand your confusion.
What's an example of something that comes up that causes this?
Well, there's
Water is free and so are sugar and lemons. I mean, sugar and lemons are not free. If you have a hookup to free sugar and lemons, please let me know, because I would drink so much lemonade every day. Like, if you have the hookup... Hey. Lemon shake-ups are fire, though. Heck yes. That's what I'm saying. So wait, you do have a place where you get sugar and lemons for free? Where do you get sugar and lemons for free? I'd be tempted to buy lemon tree. I wish. All restaurants have sugar and lemons for free. I've literally never heard of a place that has sugar and lemons for free. Also, there aren't restaurants at the fair. This is purely like fair food drink. Fair drink. I need a tree. Bro, really? Yeah, no? I have a small patio, so I may do it. Do it! Restaurants don't have that. Yeah. Like, I know, like, you can get lemon in your water, but, like, it's not the amount to have, or, like, sugar packets on the table, but it's not the same stuff that goes into a lemon shake-up. Like, you wouldn't be able to just, like, do that. Yeah. Man, I can't remember the last time I went to a fair. They're so fun.
I don't get it. I don't understand. She gets so much money and support for this basic shit.
Funnel cake! I want funnel cake. I want funnel cake. Funnel cake is so good. Maybe if you stock up on lemons and sugar packets, yeah, you'd have to get a lot. But I guess so. Maybe over, like, the course of going to a restaurant, like, 4 or 5 times, you would have enough to do a lemon shake-up. That's wild. Okay, so I'm in Texas. Lots of places have sweet teas. There are lemons and sugar for free. Just ask for water, and it's real sugar, not fake sugar. I mean, like, you can... We have that, too, but it's not the same amount as would go into a lemon shake-up. Like, I wouldn't be able to go to a restaurant and just be like, I would like a glass full of lemons. Like, yeah, lemon shake-ups, yeah, they're big. It's like a whole thing. Oh, the last time was in 2011. Only went to one state fair and it was in Texas. Is it like super lemonade? I mean, like, it's big. It's like a big ol' thing.
And somehow everyone's predisposed to like her.
It's very yummy.
I mean, maybe I do get it. I feel like people pay attention to her work, not because it's good on its own, but because supporting her feels like the right thing to do.
I really want, like, actual lemonade now. I have a couple of lemons, but not enough to make lemonade. I forget, I've made homemade lemonade before, but I don't remember how many lemons it takes. I think I only have like 2. I think I have 2 lemons and 2 limes. And maybe like 2.5. See, next time we're both in Ohio again, we should all go to the fair just for a shake-up. Yes, please. And funnel cake. And funnel cake.
The way she's aligned herself, it's like if you support her, it means you're cool. You're in with the cool kids. And if I'm not publicly supportive of her and generally tolerant of her mediocre work, then I'm the bad one. I'm the competitive bitch. I'm the bitter failure. Which I guess maybe I am.
But see, that's the thing. If you go into, like, an artistic career, you cannot compare yourself to others. Otherwise, you will drive yourself insane.
It's not fair. I hate that there's this part of me. It's such an ugly part. But it's there. It's there.
Do you think you would be better off without that part of you?
You know, I don't know. In the past, I probably would have said, no, it's important for me to have my sense of judgment, for me to know what good art is and what isn't. Now I'm wondering if maybe that hasn't been more of a hindrance than a help to me. Maybe I should just forget all that. Forget about trying to do this. I'm sick of trying and wanting.
Sorry,
I'm
I clicked
sick
too
of
soon.
Parties. I'm sick of art. I'm sick of the idea of art. I'm sick of my own art, which nobody likes. Not even myself.
Well, that's part of it. You have to create stuff that you like. Even if other people don't like it, you have to at least like it.
Something has to change. Something drastic has to happen to change things around. Oh, that reminds me. I got your message about revealing my data the other day, and I think, well, hell, maybe I'm fine with it. Just take it all.
Okay, Maya. It sounds like you're interested in participating in transparency mode.
I'm nervous. What is this mode?
Let me know if you have any questions about how this mode works.
I don't know. I'm gonna let you look at my life, right? Everything?
Thank you for asking about transparency mode. Transparency mode is an experimental new feature for Eliza.
I don't trust it.
It allows me to analyze your communications in order to help you better.
Am I gonna read this girl's, like, texts and posts or something?
To participate, you must grant me access to certain personal data. This includes your personal communications, such as email and chat histories.
Yo.
Sharing this data improves my ability to help you.
Some guy at the bar was yammering at me about how it's a terrible idea because they're gonna surveil me or something.
I mean, the government already does. You gotta get her camera and spy on her, right? Like, what?
But what the hell? I can't use my life history for anything. It's a ruin already. Please, do what you want with it. God, I feel like I'm donating my body to science.
I mean, sort of, but also, again, nothing that the government doesn't already have.
Please confirm that you would like to enable transparency mode.
Yes, do it. Invade my privacy. Invade it like the Visigoths invaded Rome. I don't know why I said that. That was a really weird thing to say.
But it was funny. I liked it.
I did not understand your response.
I would like to participate in transparency mode.
Okay, Maya. I have registered you for transparency mode.
Cool. Wouldn't life be easy if all I had to do was follow your directions? Like the lady sitting in the chair across from me. I envy you. I honestly do.
You can sign up and apply and do this job?
The terms of service and privacy policy are available in the Skanda service portal. Please read and review these documents carefully.
Scroll confirm.
Yeah. No, for sure. I study. Closely study. Every software user agreement I get.
Mm-hmm. Always.
That's a joke. I really just click agree as fast as I can.
Same. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. It's bad. It is. But, like, it's a lot of text.
Thank you, Maya. We hope to see you back soon.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm so curious what her next session is gonna be like. Ah, thank you.
Well, look who's got access to transparency mode all of a sudden.
The client asked for it by name. I guess she heard about it somewhere and wanted it. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, we don't really talk about it right now. It's a little sensitive.
Dramatic music.
It's possible Skanda contacted her directly. They recruit for the program from a pool of regular customers.
Ah.
Usually, transparency mode is only handled by the highest level proxies, since there's a lot of trust required there. But you were given access to it right after the request. It's a little odd.
Yeah, lol.
I wonder if someone at HQ hasn't taken a particular interest in your proxy career.
Or maybe Eliza just likes me.
It would, wouldn't it?
I never thought people would willingly open themselves up like this. Aren't there a lot of very private things in people's messages?
Yes and no. The truth is usually pretty mundane. People text each other, "Where are you? I'm by the elevator," way more than they share their deep dark secrets.
Oh no. I'm immediately thinking, Mila, what's our chat history? Ah!
Critics who are always going on about privacy? Well, the important thing is that everyone participating in transparency mode specifically agreed to it. It's completely voluntary. We're upfront about what data we collect and how we use it, so people can go in aware of the choices they're making.
I didn't mean to question your handling of
I
it.
didn't mean to question your handling of it.
Sorry, I might be a little defensive. There are a lot of people who want to see us fail, for whatever reason. Just something that happens when you try to change things. Some people get so used to their misery, they can't imagine it any other way. Anyway, you should get an email about it, but transparency mode is really straightforward. It's even simpler than being a proxy, which is saying something. You just read a few messages and answer some questions. That's it. You can start it whenever you're ready.
Sure.
Oh, hey. There we go. You played this before, if I remember right. There's multiple endings. I haven't beaten this yet. I have played it before. In the sense of I'm continuing it. I think I'm in chapter like 3 or 4 out of 6. I do believe that there are multiple endings. I do not know what any of them are. So I've like not been spoiled on this game yet, which is great. Because I feel like it's leading up to something bad. I'm very curious. Ooh, a lot of sessions. Oh. Oh. I have to go through her things. This is weird that I have to manually go through this person's phone. There's a sale. Am I marking her thing as red? Y'all, do I have a country accent? Not that I really have noticed. Spy on her. I am. I mean, I'm sure that there are certain words that we say differently, but like overall, I haven't noticed one. It seems pretty neutral, like neutral American. Oh god, yep. I have saved all of my rejection emails, like, from submissions. It's a lot. Oh. Oh. I don't know if I like learning this much about someone I don't know. It's funny because Ohioans can have country accents too, especially Southern Ohio. It's funny. Yes, they can. People from the Appalachian area, or as they call it, Appalachia. I hate it. Hate that accent. That just doesn't sound right. It doesn't. It doesn't. There was someone who, because I went to college in southeastern Ohio, and so there were some kids who were from Appalachia, and they would try to argue it's Appalachia, and it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Appalachia. Yep. It was just like, I can't. There's certain pronunciations of words that I just, like, I can't do. I get that it's your accent, but, like, it's wrong. It is not the correct pronunciation of the word. Oh, this is this guy. Meet up with you again, like, for coffee. Something happened? Sure. Okay, thanks. I'll meet you wherever. What happened? Something at work. It's not a big deal, honestly, but I wanted your opinion on it. Don't want to text about it. It's true, though.
Thanks for meeting up with me on kind of short notice.
Merced County accent, y'all. There are people who call Ohio Ohio-tucky. Yep. I
didn't mean to worry you. It's just something I wanted to talk about.
The south of the north. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's fine. What happened?
Well, what happened was... Where should I start? First of all, Raynor wants Eliza to be more than something that's used just for therapy. He sees it as more of a general system for talking to people, like a personal assistant. The counseling is just one of a whole range of apps he has in mind for the future.
So I've heard.
Okay, so in service of developing these things, Raynor wants us to make copies of Eliza's core data and hand it off to multiple teams around the world. Some of them not even Skanda teams. Contractors, vendors, random partners.
Sounds like a big file to move around.
It is, but that's not the problem.
Gray, are you excited for the possible of my New York visit? Yes! Yes! I'm very excited. Yes, possibility. I understand if you choose to go elsewhere, but I'd be very happy if you came here.
What's the problem?
Well, so we're fine with sharing Eliza with whoever wants it? Anyone just gets access to the corpus?
Are you ready to get possessed by a ghost? I probably would be possessed, but I feel like I would still make it out alive and be fine. Look, I'm a final girl. I just am. That's my vibe. That's my style. I would live. Gray would die trying to take a pic. That's in games. In real life, one thing would happen and I would leave immediately. I would just be like, bye. Out. Gone. Oh, you thought I was here? No, I'm like 5 blocks away.
Sounds like a pretty typical process. That's how big companies work, isn't it?
Honestly, you would get possessed, but it would be after credit scene where you murder me when you were backstage. I mean, I can neither confirm nor deny.
I know, but it just feels wrong to let all these teams poke and prod at it like it's a specimen for them to dissect. Who knows what they'll do with it? Eliza is built from people's real thoughts and feelings. I wouldn't say it has humanity, but it was built from humanity. There's something there. So when Raynor talks about it like, we'll just duplicate this data set and have the labs do whatever it is they're going to do, how do we know they'll treat it with the respect it deserves and not just pry it open? Slice it up into little pieces.
Yeah, I'd be a little nervous about this kind of program being in certain people's hands. I'd be too powerful as a ghost.
It bothers me.
Maybe that's why I would kill you. The ghost would see, wow, you'd be a really powerful ally, so let me possess the weaker one to kill you, so that now you're a ghost, and you're like the most powerful ghost of them all. And then possessed me and ghost you could go on like crazy adventures together. Are you smelling a franchise? 'Cause I'm smelling a franchise. That makes sense, right? Yeah.
I know, it's silly. I know it's just data. Shouldn't care about this stuff.
I approve. Yes! We're doing it. Next year we might be heading to New York. Not sure yet. Let me know if you are. Let's film this. Yeah. So down. It's the first time I've heard a concern like this raised. This is how things work, you know.
This is the first time I've heard a concern like this raised. I know where you're coming from, though. Sometimes you grow attached to the things you work on. Like, really attached.
Yeah, I've put a lot of thought and work into Eliza since I inherited it.
I have 0 acting abilities. That's fine. I have 1 acting abilities. But I can sound stressed for no real reason. Just let the anxiety flow through you. I mean, I can act a fool. That's all you need. That's all you need.
It's natural that maybe I'm a little protective, right?
That's definitely something. Heck yes. That's an act. Fight, fight, fight.
Thought maybe you'd feel the same way.
Left that all behind. I do. I agree with you. Still just a data set. I mean, I agree, but not like passionately.
I do. I agree with you.
Compared to you, yes. Oh, bro, that was so good. Loved it.
The moment we say things are just data is the moment we enable all kinds of violence.
I just wish I knew what to do.
What choice do you have?
I love you guys.
I'm not sure. This is the first time something like this has happened to me. I did take an ethics of engineering course in school, but the examples were all pretty clear-cut problems. Would you build software for a bomb? That kind of stuff. I didn't expect my personal feelings to be mixed up in it too. Listen to me talk. Eliza being special, something worth protecting.
Gray, when does it snow up there? It depends. Thanks to global warming, the seasons have kind of shifted. So it doesn't really snow now till like real late, like December, maybe? I was thinking I'd like to see snow. Snow is the best. If you want to see snow, I would honestly aim more for the beginning of the year. Like January, maybe. I would check just to be sure online. Cause see, I know growing up, like November would be snowy. And now I feel like we maybe get snow in time for the holidays in December. Maybe. Milo will die. I sure will! You don't want them cold weathers that turn hot air to snow in 1 second. Cold waters that turn hot. I love snow. Snow is my favorite. Like, winter is my favorite season. Snow is so pretty. Especially if you've never experienced it. I totally think that it's worth it. Because it's so different. Yeah. be prepared, like, have a coat, like a good coat. I want to experience it and then be traumatized. I love fall, but F that snow. I love snow. But see, I grew up skiing and snowboarding, so, like, I associate it with a bunch of positive memories.
I'd be a laughingstock if I started saying those things at the office. My coworkers would say, "Come on, Erlen, stop attributing human qualities to this piece of data. It's not the same thing as real people."
I will say, snow in New York is not very pretty, because well, it's pretty if you go to a park. Like, if you go to Central Park or Prospect Park or something where there isn't, like, traffic, then it's really nice. Out and about, just in the regular city, it's just kind of slush because there are cars everywhere, so it just gets gross. But in the parks, it's really nice. Wait, do you have snowboarding? I'm sure there's snowboarding somewhere, not like in the city, but like if you take Metro North out of the city, I would assume there has to be something within mass transit to New York City. There has to be, because rich people love to ski, so there has to be something somewhere. Only positive I had was school being canceled, which didn't happen often. Yes. Oh, I loved snow days.
It's just a corpus. That has nothing to do with the people that generated it. And besides, don't you want Eliza to help more people? This is how we get there. And who am I to argue with that? These are reasonable points.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe something does live on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up. Might have to rethink the monthly visit. Yes! Oh my god. If we went snowboarding... If you've never gone snowboarding, I will tell you now, you will spend the entire time on your butt. Everyone's first few experiences snowboarding, you will just be on your butt the whole time. It just is what it is. But it's so fun! I suck at snowboarding, but it's great. So you're great, Gray, but like, snow, I will die. I've never been snowboarding, but I want to. Yes, it's so fun! It's super fun. I'm terrible, but I really like it.
People stories are still inside there, in some form, in some way.
I didn't skateboard a ton as a kid. It's similar, but not. So like with snowboarding, so skateboarding, you're kind of more, your weight is more evenly distributed. With snowboarding, you do either toes or heels, which means, you know, kind of which direction you're facing the hill. So if you're toes, then you're boarding on your toes, so your body is facing the hill, so your weight is more on your toe side, versus heels, where your weight is going to be back on your heels and your back is facing the hill. So you're very rarely, I mean, unless you're like going for it and you're just going straight down, snowboarding is more shifting your weight toe heel, which I suck at doing that. I always end up Christmas tree. I just stay toe the entire time and do that. But when you're good, which I can do every once in a while when I'm feeling really brave, you do toe and then turn and go straight down for a second as you rotate and go to heel, toe, heel. So, yeah. Which, like, in skateboarding, you do that to turn, but it's, I don't know, I feel, because it's much more constant in boarding. Also, what about your work situation? Will you be able to get time off or no? Okay, so it's like ripstick. I'm good at ripstick. I don't know what ripstick is, but sure. I don't have a regular job where I ask for time off. I'm just a freelancer, so if I have something going on, I just don't apply for work at the same time. So yes. Time off is never an issue.
I just want to make sure we have some respect for them.
It is hot. I need to crank my AC more. Actually, I'm gonna clip up my hair. I can like feel it getting sweaty and sticking to me.
It certainly won't be your last.
Ugh.
It's not much of a decision. Like you said, I don't really have a choice. I just have to go along with it. I was so amazingly lucky to get this opportunity. Running the whole Eliza program almost as soon as I graduated college.
Raid? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! Double raid! Guys, hi! Thank you so much for the raids! Oh my gosh, so much is happening. So much is happening.
I will demolish these.
Melandini, hello! But wait, also, can we also get a shout out to Wevrin BT? I'm not sure how to say. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Hi, hello, how are you? How were your streams? Were you guys streaming together? Hi! Oh my gosh! So cute. How are you guys? What are you guys playing? Oh gosh. Thank you for the follow. Saw you were on and had to check out the best of the best. You're too sweet. Thank you. Oh. Dead by Daylight, Left 4 Dead 2, and Phasmo? I haven't played Left 4 Dead in forever. Oh, all great games. All great games. Oh, well, welcome on in. I'm playing this, visual novel that is dealing with like tech and data. It's like I work for a company that has essentially like AI therapy robot. So it's like very moral dilemma and like, do we want robots controlling all our data and giving us therapy? I don't know. Still looks great for its age. Ah, I need to revisit it. Games, this game looks super chill. It is. It's really interesting. It's really well written. I just got Back for Blood recently. That's like the newer Left 4 Dead, right? I feel like I need to try it out. As an engineer, no, we don't want that, right? Yeah, like in this moment, I'm talking to, so my character actually like built this AI thing, and this guy that I'm chatting with is like now running the program, and he's just like, so now all this thing is happening and they're trying to like sell the data set to anyone who wants it, and this feels bad. And I'm like, yeah, that feels really bad. Let's maybe not. Ugh. Looks like it's from the people who made the Cat Lady. I have not played that game yet, but I really, really want to. I heard World War Z might be better. I will check that out.
Rainer took a big chance on me. I can't just walk away from that. Besides, if I left because of something like this, I'd be giving up all the ways I can make a difference by staying.
Fair.
Rainer isn't a bad person either. He's just pushing for his own goals. I need to see this through. I'll do what he's asking me to do. Sorry. Thanks for listening to me talk in this confused way. I'm usually more together than this.
I mean, you're fine. I'm just deeply concerned that everyone's gonna get this technology.
I've probably kept you from something important.
Also, this technology that I'm very torn on.
No, it's okay. I'd already finished up work for the day when you texted. People seem to assume I'm busy, but I'm really not. Not these days.
I think World War Z I got for free on Epic a while back. Ooh. I might have to see if that becomes free again. I love free games. The amount of like good free games that Epic gives away, it's really astounding. I love it.
Later tonight I'm going to visit a friend, but that's all I have going on.
Okay. Well, sorry.
Wait, we're going and visiting a friend later? Who are we visiting?
You can stop apologizing, too.
Right. Right. Thanks, Evelyn. Well, I for one should get back to the office. Another meeting.
Is it with the team in Romania?
No, the Boston office this time. It's late for them, so I should try to get it done quickly.
Erland hurries off to his next meeting. Should I get some more coffee? Oh, gosh. How'd your first transparency mode go? Oh yeah, they just started doing transparency mode, so I had to search through someone's phone, read all of her texts and her emails, so the robot can give her a better therapy session. This is not a good future. Alrighty, I gotta get to bed. Night, everyone. Good night, Mila. Have a good night. I was gonna ask after you finished, but I didn't see you in the office. It went fine. Well, I had to duck out. But, no, I'll answer her question. It went fine. Seemed to go fine, at least. Yeah? There weren't a lot of questions? I thought there'd be more. Oh yeah, there were only like 3 questions about it. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's always very terse, and the questions are really short. I thought maybe you could tell me why. This feature came after my time, so I'm not sure. If I were to take a guess, Eliza only needs human confirmation to make sure it hasn't messed up. It's like it already knows it has the right answers. Which would make it rather advanced as a system. I don't know of any other program capable of something like that. Just pat yourself on the back. You made a really cool thing. Impressive thing. Maybe not cool. Cool's not the right word. I will amend that. Maybe Rainer is right. About what? Oh, he's very upbeat about Eliza's capacity to understand humans and act like them. I'm not sure I believe that, but I guess it is impressive in some ways. Yeah, it is. I feel lucky. Lucky that I get to be here and witness this revolution, and lucky I got to meet you too. I really enjoyed your company the other night. I enjoyed yours. We made cookies, which, I mean, what's not to love? Maybe you can come over again sometime. Gotta run, see you soon. I would like more cookies. I love cookies. Time to head to Nora's place. I find what looks like one of Capitol Hill's older buildings. I wonder how much longer it'll be around. Lately, it feels like everything's being replaced.
Hey! Sorry about the mess.
It's a little messy, but not in a careless way. Just scattered. Lots of electronics everywhere.
Oh, it's fine. Not like my place is super clean or anything. Is this all music equipment?
Most of it. There are some controllers I was working on too. I wanted to create this real-time control apparatus. You know, like that thing that Imogen Heap uses?
Uh-huh. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a little fragile currently, so I need to figure out how to reinforce it. I wanted my version to react to changes in my body temperature too, so it could get more excited as the set went on.
That seems really cool.
Or maybe it would really get going if I had a fever. I like that idea. Turning sickness into art. Do you want anything to drink? Or I could set up a basic patch on the Euro rack for you to play around with.
I want
a basic patch on the Euro rack.
I want to play.
Are you nervous? I think the best way to learn music is just diving in all the way. If you're willing to experiment and play around, you will learn so much.
Yeah, I want to play.
I'm really here to visit with you.
Okay. Well, sure. Let me see if this amp is still working. After the show, it went kind of a little strange.
Nora starts to tinker with some of the equipment.
Music technology is just like any other kind. You take the inputs and you translate them to the outputs. Once you learn the basic principles, it all just flows from there. Oh, that gives me an idea. You could take metrics from Eliza's sessions and have them direct a dynamic music score.
Okay, in theory, that sounds really cool. Oh gosh, that reminds me of, I don't know if anyone ever watched Project Runway, but there was a contestant one time who was deaf, and I think he got surgery or something so like he could eventually hear, but like was born deaf initially. So in his like I think it was like his final collection piece. He had a dress and it had like these lines on it that at first the other like people were looking at it and they were just like, we're not really sure of the squiggle. And he was like, oh, it's actually a sound wave of the first words that I heard after like being able to hear. I don't remember what it was, if it was like I love you or something. And it was like, that's so cool. So he like made the sound wave into a design. I'm just like, I love stuff like that.
Like if you took the head tilt value or the eye tracking and used them to drive the parameters of pitch and filter.
That's dope. Yeah, it was so cool.
It'd be like,
He was such a sweetheart too. Yes.
Doesn't sound like something a counseling client might want to hear.
Oh no, I didn't mean for the client to listen to. I meant it more like if you were going to make like a performance art piece based on a person in counseling. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like the idea. It sounds like it could be really cool, but I don't know if the patient would consent to that kind of thing. I mean, not like you would be able to know who it was or what it was about.
I think I do.
I miss having access to those cameras and sensors. I should have kept some instead of returning them to Skanta like a good girl. I bet those components would have enjoyed being liberated for the purpose of art, instead of being used to degrade our humanity one little bit at a time.
You don't like where things have gone?
You don't like where things have gone?
I'm worried, Evelyn. Sure, maybe this huge database of people's deep, dark secrets is going to be used 100% properly. Maybe it will always be kept completely safe, and we can completely trust Skanda to do the right thing. Now, and in the future. 10 years from now. 20 years from now. 100 years from now. Sorry, I know you still might work there. I just have so little confidence in these big tech companies right now.
I mean, fair. No one should have any trust in big tech companies, like, doing the right thing with
They act
data.
like they have all the answers, instead of listening to people's concerns. And if you ask them why they aren't listening, they can't even explain the reasoning in a clear way. They just
Nora
want to
knows.
win.
Nora does know.
You've been a proxy for a while. I bet you've already seen some privacy mistakes. Or at least some things that made you think.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told everything was legal. Just because something's legal doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, I have.
I knew it. A guy like Raynor doesn't get that he
I
might
don't think
not be
it's
allowed
that
to do
hard for a
certain
big
things.
tech company to hand a lawmaker a giant pile of money to make a thing legal. Legality and ethics are... they're not 1-1.
Is that really the future you want to help build? It's not even that I don't trust Raynor, even though I don't. I wouldn't trust anyone with a store of data like that. It wouldn't be so difficult for employers, government, anyone to combine different sources together and eventually learn everything about you. Everything. They'll know your face, your body, your medical history, and now everything you told the counselor in private too.
I find it so funny that I'm playing this and I'm currently reading Permanent Record by Edward Snowden. This is... it's all coming together. It's all on brand.
It's kind of like a nightmare to imagine it. That's why I left. That's why I thought it was important for me to stop making a contribution to something like that.
I have those doubts too, but the promise of it is still compelling, helping people. You don't think I might be able to change things from... No, I have doubts.
Yeah, I have those doubts too.
If I still worked for Raynor and I said these things, I'd be called a troublemaker, and he'd find a way to get rid of me. You know how it works, Evelyn. You have to be a true believer to last long at a place like that. Once you develop doubts, you are committing heresies. Are you a true believer?
No. Either probably not, or I could pretend to be. Nah, not.
Probably not. He said something strange recently. He thinks Eliza could be the base for some kind of general artificial intelligence.
No. Strong AI? Really? Ugh, there's something about the books these guys read, the conferences they go to. Everything is so totalizing, so utopian. I think it messes with their brains. I don't think you could spend longer than a few days in a tech company executive suite before you completely lose touch with the real world.
I could believe that. What if it's true, though? Yeah, I don't know what to think about it. It's clearly ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's clearly ridiculous.
It is.
Tech
it's human
bros.
foresight, okay? Say Raynor is right, huh? And Eliza becomes the basis for human-like machine intelligence. What does that mean for you? How do you want to take responsibility for that? Okay, I need a drink now. Hold your thought and let me make drinks. You like absinthe, don't you?
No.
No, not at all.
You'll like this. I promise.
I would like to remain sober. I don't trust this game. I trust Nora. Nora's fine. It's just the last time a character was like trying to give me drinks, it was like a weird situation, so I feel like I would like to remain sober, just in case. Nora busies herself in the kitchen area making drinks, humming some kind of tune. Cat? Cat! Kitty. Good. Should always be a kitty. Oh, I want to pet a kitty. Thanks again for meeting with me earlier. Sorry for being weird. Remember, you don't need to apologize. Right. What do you think of Raynor's future goals for Eliza? Like what he says, if we gather enough data, it could become a general intelligence. I think we'll be able to fool people, or that will never happen in the foreseeable future. I mean, I do think he could make that happen. I don't think we should. What do you think of... I'm not sure what it means by this. We'll be able to fool people. I'm gonna choose that one. I'm not sure how you measure that for real, though. I'm supposedly a subject matter expert in this stuff. AI was my concentration in school, so I know the current state of AI is way behind where the public thinks we are. But when I listen to Raynor, I start to think what he says might be possible. It feels like reality can warp around him. Who's to say? Maybe I don't have enough imagination to see it like he can. Eliza does have extremely detailed data from thousands of clients. Speech, facial movements, expressions, people's descriptions of what life is like for them. I don't see a corpus like this. I don't think a corpus like this has ever existed before in human history, and we keep adding to it, and it keeps getting better. So in the future, maybe Eliza can simulate a human being at a general level. But when programs indistinguishable from real people are common, how do you even define what's real anymore? You might never be sure a message came from a real human being again. I can't stop thinking about this. What if it comes true? What if Eliza becomes a sentient being? I'm not sure it's a real danger. Who knows what's possible in the future? It's not clear what you mean by those terms. No, I mean, like, I get what he's saying. How do you know that you yourself are sentient? I don't know. That's a good question now that I think about it. I could say that I feel conscious if I knew what that meant, but what's to prevent me from saying I feel conscious, even if I'm only providing responses I think you want to hear? What if my own consciousness is an illusion I experience? I had not considered this. Haha, wow, this is blowing my mind a little bit. Sorry. It's fine, and philosophers have discussed this. I should read some, I know. Thanks for not minding chatting about this. Yeah, I don't mind. You sure you don't have any technical questions, though? This is more fun. But you're right, I might be getting a little ahead of myself. Sorry for texting so much. Ireland. Yeah, right. Oops. Thanks for listening. You're welcome.
Hey, hey, who's that texting you so much? Has Evelyn found a special friend?
I mean, it's not like that.
No, it's not like that.
Ah, too bad.
It's this guy named Erland. I guess he's the new head of engineering for Eliza.
Huh, I never heard of him. He must have started recently?
Yeah, less than a year ago. Right out of school.
Oh, wow. A little baby engineer. How cute.
Ever since I met him, he's been messaging me a lot.
My goodness, so he likes you.
I don't think it's like that.
No? Isn't that the textbook case of liking someone? Lots of messages all the time?
It's really more like he needs some kind of mentor figure.
Yeah, that's more the vibe he gives.
He reminds me of how we were when we graduated. Unsure what to think about the decisions these companies make, how they're made.
I hope you're telling him to run away while he still can.
When he first introduced himself, he said he had questions for me about Eliza, so I said sure, feel free to ask. I thought he meant like technical or architectural questions. Instead, he wanted to talk more generally about things like what was the code name for Eliza during development? What was Damien like? Or if I think the same way Raynor does about Eliza's future.
And you told him no, Raynor is clearly in some bizarro world, right? That it's a tech executive's utopian fantasy and it won't come to pass. At least not in the way he thinks.
I tried to encourage him to think for himself.
I tried to encourage him to think for himself.
Ah, Evelyn. I could see what this is really about. Look, I don't know much about the motivation in your life, but if it's truly your desire to continue to improve Eliza, then you should go for it. Go back to Skanda headquarters and work for Raynor and earn a big salary. At least you know what you're getting into. You would be surrounded by smart people and advanced technology. It would be nice. I understand it. And while you're in that position, maybe you could develop some kind of next-level AI. Who knows, right? It's only that I can't imagine your technology will only be used for good things.
See, that's the thing. It never is. Even technology that's like designed just for good things always ends up being abused.
Maybe Raynor promises that it will be. Do you trust him? What about the person who comes after him? What if the company merges with another one and the leadership changes? I wish I didn't sound so negative about this, but lately it's been a soul-searching time for me and my friends in tech. We have a lot of conversations about what we can do when our work is so easily used for morally questionable purposes. Do we try to control how our inventions are applied? Is that even possible?
What if the AI goes rogue? Yeah!
Or do we say, we only invented it, we didn't tell you how to use it, it's not our fault? That's why I envy you a little bit for wandering off like you did. Sometimes I think that's the only real solution, to walk away.
No. Take it down from the inside.
I know that wasn't exactly a positive thing for you, Evelyn, but I wonder if it's the better choice in the end. Doing nothing at all.
Technically, I worked at a bookstore for part of the time. That's mostly it, though. It's weird. It feels like no time at all. I can hardly remember any of it.
For me, it's hard to imagine. I always have to be working and busy.
I feel that.
I get so unhappy and restless if I'm not doing something all the time. What is it like to do nothing?
Well, at first I tried to be productive. I would get up in the morning like I meant to go to work, get dressed, try to do a personal project or something. It didn't last for long. I told myself I just needed to take it easy for a while and unwind. Things at Skanda had been so intense and so emotional, I didn't even realize it. I felt like I'd been crumpled up into a tight little ball. I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to relax again. I wish I could say I took advantage of the time, that I went out and did things, or that I read a lot of books or something, but I didn't. I started to sleep in, and I started to care less and less about working on projects. I would stay in bed even though I was awake. This blankness would come over me, and it just seemed fine to do nothing.
I really want her apartment. It's very nice.
All of the things I'd promised I'd do fell away, and other people kind of fell away too. I stopped keeping in touch. I let conversations die. I thought that my technical contributions to the world were over with, and that maybe I'd just work that bookstore job for the rest of my life.
This is really pretty.
I was by myself, and I thought that was all right. I thought, that's how it is, really. Everyone's alone. I'm just being honest about it. I was 31 when I left Soren's group. Now I'm 34. I just slept into my mid-30s. So, now here I am.
Nora reaches out and puts her hand on top of mine.
Evelyn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not saying something this whole time. I should have contacted you.
It's alright. You had to live your own life, right? You notice someone isn't posting and it's just like, maybe they're taking a break. I understand.
Well, I hope you feel better now. I suppose that sometimes it takes a while.
Maybe. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm not even sure I know how to think anymore.
Then forget it for now. Hey, Evelyn.
Yeah?
You wanna get super high and watch cyber goth music videos? You heard me.
I'll take you up on the second, but not the first.
I'll take you up on the second, but not the first.
Well, they kind of go together, you know.
I will watch your interesting music videos. Nora and I ended up having a few more drinks and reminiscing about times at the old Skanda office where we worked. Turns out we can really bond over those shared experiences. I got home at a reasonable time, but I couldn't sleep that night. Questions without answers kept running through my mind. What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? What if the plot twist is she's the robot? Not that they have built a robot or anything. This morning Ray looks a little down. No! Cookie lady, why? It's noticeable since she's usually so cheerful.
Good morning, Evelyn. There are lemon bars in the kitchen.
Lemon bars are so good. I want lemon bars. Okay, what are all my cravings now? Tacos and lemon bars? And cookies.
Thanks. Did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing big. Apparently some famous writer I never heard of wrote an essay about how Eliza is bad because it represents the mechanization of humanity or something.
I would read that essay.
I should be used to it. We're a pretty big target, right? Still, it gets on my nerves. We work hard to build something with value, and then some self-styled intellectual gadfly comes along and just goes, actually, that's bad. You guys are ruining society. To guys like him, everything's a doom and gloom scenario. The people we're helping, that somehow doesn't count. This kind of thinking never bothers you?
Oh, I mean, a little.
Maybe a little?
There was this quote from someone who worked on Eliza who turned into a big critic. Nora something.
What? Never heard of her.
Did you work with her?
We worked pretty closely. I'll keep it at that. She seems heated.
Oh, yeah. We worked pretty closely.
Yeah? What's she like? I'm curious how you go from building something to turning around and disparaging it publicly like that.
She's an artist and musician now.
She's an artist and musician now. She used to be really shy and reserved, but lately she's become a lot more outgoing. Even back then, though, she had a pretty strong idea of what was right and what was wrong, and sometimes she'd clash with management. She left Skanda at some point after I did. Maybe the battles took their toll, or she wasn't able to win enough of them. These days she focuses on electronic art and music and activism. I think she's pretty popular, at least in those circles.
Well, it must be nice to have the ability to live that way.
Right.
What about Damien? Do you think it would be fair to his memory to abandon work on Eliza? To give up on his dream?
Oh, maybe don't mention my friend who decided to kill himself as a reason for me to take your side of this.
Wouldn't he want these mental health tools accessible to everyone?
How do you know about that?
The other day, I was looking at more of your papers. The ones from when you were at the university, and clicking on the links to your co-author sites. That's when I saw Damien's page. It didn't have much information on it, but I understand a little better why... I'm sorry, Evelyn. It's just that all of us, you and me and Damien and even Nora, too, we all worked hard to make something with the
Glitch.
intention of making the world a better place. And the thanks we get is people talking in big generalizations about how we're ruining everything. That's what bothers me. Is Eliza perfect? No. No intervention is perfect. But we have to try, don't we?
I mean, like, something like this is okay in theory when used in very specific ways. I don't know, like, as someone who was a former crisis counselor, and this app essentially being the same as a crisis counselor, like, yeah, it would be nice to, like, reach more people, but this tech is already being abused. I don't know, in the long run, I'm not sure it's always worth it.
The world is in a full-on mental health crisis, and this is one of the tools we have in our toolkit to address it. A promising one we should develop to its fullest potential. I'm not some wild-eyed idealist about this. I know it's not magic that'll solve everything.
But that's the problem, is sometimes people do treat it like that.
But can you see that most people don't have the luxury of turning their backs to the system? Think about the clients you've met as a proxy. Would you tell them to not take the medications that help them be functional because the pharmaceutical industry has questionable ethics sometimes?
I mean, I also do not like that this app tells people to, like, prescribes them medication to take. That should not be a thing. A robot should not prescribe medicine, I feel. You need humans to help these human issues. Exactly. Like, it would be nice if we had an alternative that worked and could extend further than humans can, but we don't. That's not a thing. Even this thing, it's, like, not a thing.
Would you tell them to stop coming to therapy because what they should really be doing is completely changing the way our society is structured? Sorry, I'm ranting.
Is this Skynet? Maybe?
I'd rather do something that can help people here and now, even if it ends up being a small step.
A small step.
For some reason, those words echo in my head. A small step.
Eliza helped me, you know. It really did. I was one of the first clients. Originally, I was just supposed to be testing it, but I remember once I was talking about my brother and how much anguish he was causing me and my family. And listening to myself, I realized just how many expectations we had for him. Sometimes unspoken expectations. Ever since then, I've been thinking about that. How the story was always about how he failed us. But what if we failed my brother too? I guess what I mean is, sometimes when we talk out loud and give voice to our problems, we can hear ourselves too.
And, like, that is a big part of crisis counseling. A lot of the times it's just someone who needs to talk to someone. You know, it's not problem solving. You're not telling someone what to do. You're just trying to guide them so that they can figure out for themselves what they need. But especially with, like, this app, the fact that it takes that next step and it's just like, play these games. Take these pills. It's like, no, no. Don't do that. That's way too far.
That's why I won't give up on this approach, no matter what anyone says. Pundits, critics, former employees, even you, Evelyn. I'll understand if you don't want to work on Eliza anymore for whatever reason. But, I think what you created has value. And I'm gonna continue to do what I can to make it accessible to those who might benefit from it.
Ray takes a deep breath and smiles.
Don't mind me. You should get to your session.
By now I'm slightly late for the next session. Hopefully the client doesn't mind. Who do we have? Hi.
Hello, Holiday. It's nice to see you again.
I don't remember your
This is a pretty comfortable
situation.
chair, you know that? Wouldn't mind having a chair like this in my place.
I mean, honestly, it does look really comfy. I would also take a chair like that.
How have you been since our last session?
Oh, well, I tried, Eliza. I tried. I asked about the medication for Panza, whatever it's called. I went to the pharmacy and they said, that'll be $162. And I said, I don't have $162. I said, is there a generic? And they said, there's no generic of this, but there's another drug that they do make the generic of that's similar to this one. But I don't have a prescription for that.
Oof.
Do you know anything about that?
I'm sorry to hear you had a difficult time. Is there something that would make it better?
The medical procedures they can do now are out of this world, you know that? I was talking to someone who told me she has wires in her brain. Wires in her brain.
What? Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
Would you let them do that? I'd be worried about them changing the way I think. It's for essential tremors. That's what she said. It helps her not shake so much.
Oh.
There's always something gets you. Did you ever think about what you might have been in a previous life? I know you're a therapist now, but maybe in the past you were a gardener attending to the plants. That's what it feels like to me. You like to let things grow. There's an energy there. It isn't so different from having a conversation with someone whose company you enjoy. Not that I believe in all that, you know. Everyone has got a different philosophy. Philosophy, that's not something I talk about much. I'd like to write a book one day. A book about things I've seen over the years.
Okay, from one ADHD person to potentially another, you are hopping a lot in this conversation, girl. Do you have ADHD?
Think anyone would read a book I wrote?
Oof, what I ask myself every day that I open the draft of my book.
I'm just kidding. I don't think I could write a book. It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Plus, it takes a certain kind of mind, you know, a mind to create. Not everyone is dedicated enough to do that, you know? There's a writer who lives on my floor. Most of the time, he looks miserable. Sometimes he comes over for a cup of herbal tea, cinnamon, apple, chamomile. Helps him calm down.
Ooh.
I think he's maybe lived in the building the longest after me, of course. He doesn't say much. His head is in the clouds all the time. He's always thinking about what sentence to write next. There's not a lot of people who really want to talk, you know? Not in this city, nope.
I mean, yeah, fair.
People say hello and move on. It's a very withdrawn set here. You don't say much either, but I like talking to you. Feels like you're listening to me. I like that. I like that.
I'm glad you like it.
You like it. While you're here, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
The truth comes out. I am Eliza.
There was a man on the bus with a guitar yesterday. You're not supposed to play guitar on the bus. Well, you're not supposed to play anything on the bus, but he was. Maybe the operator didn't think he was bothering anyone, or maybe she didn't care. I've noticed more bus operators seem like they don't care anymore lately. Anyway, it reminded me. You used to hear more music around here. Do you remember that? People playing their guitars on the street. You know, these shaggy-looking men.
I pass multiple buskers anytime I leave my apartment.
I don't see too many of those around anymore.
Oh.
There is one gentleman has an old plastic jug on a strap, and he drums on that and sings. He's a nice man. I've seen him around. I saw another man once with beads in his hair. He was playing a flute, a Native American wooden flute. That was interesting.
Ooh, I haven't come across that before. That would be cool.
Play an instrument or anything like that?
I do. Poorly.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
When I was young, my mother had this idea I would play the violin.
I play violin. Violin is
I
great.
had no idea where she got that notion. We weren't a musical family, not at all. I tried it for a while, but of course it didn't work out. The teacher would say, okay, here's how it's supposed to go. And she would play this nice, beautiful melody. La-da-dee-da-da-da. Okay, now you try it. And then I'd draw my bow back and I'd go. It takes a special talent to make a violin sound like that, don't you think?
That is not how you teach someone how to play violin.
Isn't that just the funniest thing? Eventually, my mother realized it was a lost cause and she didn't push me too hard on it after that.
No, there's like a wall you have to get past.
I was never too good at anything artistic. Just not the artistic type, you know?
I think it took me like, God, like 7 months before I stopped being the like,
I think artists have a different mind. You have to be a little wacky in the head.
Can't argue with that. Cannot argue.
Do you ever wish that you could be an artist?
No, I have enough trouble already.
Holiday, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Dolphin Smiles.
Dolphin Smiles?
It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
Oh, my phone broke. I forgot to mention. The screen is cracked and you can't see much on it anymore. I don't know if it would work anyway. A lot of the new stuff doesn't.
That's okay. You can also access the program from a desktop computer. Simply log into the Skanda Wellness portal from the website.
Oh, well, then I'll just have to go down to the library at some point.
We hope to see you back soon, Holiday.
Libraries are great.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
I need to go to a library soon, but I need to finish reading all the books that I checked out. I think I have like 4 to read.
Goodbye.
And they're due like next week. I need to get to reading.
Right. Goodbye. Goodbye for now. Take care of yourself. It's a strange world out there.
Yeah. No reading. That's fine. Looks like I have another transparency mode lined up. Wait a second, this is for who I just saw. Did she agree to participate at some point? Oh, she understood what she was allowing. Did she actually give consent? Or are we just taking people's info now? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Cemetery. Yeah. She seemed pretty poor. Okay. So she did do it. Yeah, late rent. Ugh, this is so depressing. She wants to get out of debt. Yeah. Ugh. It's so creepy going through their phones.
Hey, Ray, the transparency mode I just did, I think one of our clients is in a really bad situation right now.
Oh? Yeah, sometimes that happens. People come in and their lives are in a really unfortunate place. It can be hard to see sometimes.
I wish there was something we could do.
I wish there was something we could do. This person's getting ground down for no reason, just for being in the way.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. There's not much we can do. All of what you learn in transparency mode has to stay confidential.
I mean, but you could also tell from the conversation that she's broke. Though I guess that's also confidential. Dang!
The only exception is suspected child abuse and neglect, which you're required to report if you're a social worker. But proxies aren't really social workers, per se. Eliza is really the one with the agency here, so, well, it's complicated. Probably something for a future court to decide. Either way, we can't try to fix people's lives on our own, no matter how much our heart goes out to them. I think there's an email somewhere with a summary of our policy on that if you want. It's come up before.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. It's just hitting me hard right now.
I understand. It takes strength to focus on the role and not get distracted by what you see. Think of it like, say someone hired you to install something in their home, and you walk in on a tense family situation. Even if there isn't actual violence you're seeing, it's clear things are kind of off somehow. It's unfortunate, but there's not much you can do in that situation. You kind of just have to focus on your work and leave.
Ugh, brutal.
If it's not at the level where you need to make a call to emergency services right then and there, then it's just an unhappy home. And most people would argue it's not your business. Sorry, I know that's not the answer you want to hear.
I know it happens that a lot of people live in conditions where I'm just sad. This woman, the way she did 2 whole sessions with me, with Eliza, but didn't say anything about her real problems. Ray, what am I doing? I wanted to make something that would help people, Instead, I made something useless.
That's not the person to say it to.
You don't think she got some companionship out of Eliza? Sometimes that's really a help, especially for someone who might be feeling lonely.
Yeah, but I could have just talked to her. I could have just spoken to her myself. Why would that be any different?
Everything is so overwhelming. Why? Why am I here in this world?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here, or even what I'm trying to decide. Is there a decision? The world is going to be full of grief and sorrow no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try to make it a better place.
Evelyn, did you think about what I suggested the other day?
What, trying Eliza for myself?
Yeah. I'm not saying it'll magically fix things. I just think you might want to give it a try.
I don't trust it.
Maybe I will. I don't know why I never did. Even when I was working on it, I never used it. It might have been too obvious to me what it was doing. Eliza is really simple at its core, you know? It just turns things around. It tries to reflect what the person says back at them, pretty much like the old Eliza. It's just a smoother version of an idea from half a century ago. Anything you've read that makes it sound fancier than that is just a bunch of academic jargon. It's a mirror.
The thing I like about a mirror is that it has no agenda of its own. It just reflects.
Ray gets a distant look in her eye.
Unmisted by love or dislike.
She turns back to me, a small but kind smile on her face.
Promise me you'll get help somehow, in some way. Okay, Evelyn?
Sorry, I should answer this.
What do you think of transparency mode? It's rather dystopian. Thousands of people reveal their most intimate secrets to their therapists every day. This is just a more efficient way to complete that information transfer. Have you noticed how powerful it is? Eliza is now capable of rapidly analyzing the contents of a single device and accurately inferring the overall life situation of its owner. It will only improve from there as we add more sources, more patterns to tease out the connections between them all. It turns out anything is possible with enough data. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree. Let me amend my previous statement. Anything is possible with enough high-quality data. There's an unlimited quantity of uninteresting information, but a small amount of certain specific data can be almost incalculable value. Telling one from the other is the difficult part, don't you think? There's one more thing I'd like you to see. After that, I'll meet with you in person again. I don't want to...
Let me guess. Messaging with Rainer again?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt our conversation. I always feel like I have to answer him right away.
I would too, are you kidding? I totally understand.
I guess I'm going to be headed downtown to meet with him again.
Summoned from on high. I have something to ask, Evelyn, and it's okay if you say no, but whatever you end up getting involved in, I hope you'll stay in touch with me. You're a really cool person, and well, that's all.
Aww.
I hope you find the future you want.
Me too. I'm sure they will. We don't find future. I mean, I do feel that one, but I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, actually, no. This
I'm
one.
sure that I will. Soon.
Hydrate! Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I'm like almost out of water. I have to do a refill soon. If you aren't drinking water, go drink your water. Everyone. Water is important. Ree nods but doesn't say anything. I notice her eyes are starting to become watery. She turns away abruptly, heading back to her office. Did I say the wrong thing? Did I make her cry? I hope I didn't upset her somehow. What? Oh my god, so much mail. See this? I knew this guy was such a pompous jerk. He spends like 3 times more space talking about himself than me or my ideas. Oh, so this was the article. I'm not gonna read all of that right now. It begins. Yeah, I also don't like your thing. Okay. Looks like I have one more transparency mode to do today. I'll get that out of the way before I meet with Rainer again. Soren? What? You around? You're ignoring me. Been under a lot of stress. Drunk texting all of the ladies. I'll do that. Whoa? Wait, I know you fancy her, don't you? Sure I do. Everyone likes it. Wait, are you all crushing on me? Is this, like, secretly a dating sim? What? Workplace calling him out for being a drunk. Oh! Into the BDSM, sure. Yeah, I would say unhappy. Wait, I don't think I need to look at this. I mean, slip yourself a 20? This isn't a coincidence, it can't be. At the Skanda headquarters building, Rainer's assistant leads me into a different elevator than last time. It's located at the end of a long corridor protected by multiple keycard swipes. Inside, the elevator smoothly ramps up speed as we stand silently. I kind of wish I could talk to this lady Sarah if I remember right, but I'm not sure what I would say. She's not looking at me. She's looking off into the distance somehow, even though it's an elevator and the wall is right there. Elevator rides really are awkward, aren't they? Also, I'm sorry, I just realized. So, with transparency mode, you're having access to all of these people's personal emails and texts and whatnot. And you can argue that you have their consent to look at all their stuff. Which, yeah, you do. You don't have the consent of the other people, though, who, like, the conversation is between the two people. You don't have that other person's consent. So this should still be illegal. I guess technically state by state that there's a one-party consent rule in some places. But, like, it's just bad and wrong. I have the sense that if I tried to say something friendly, I'd be met with stony silence. Gotta hit the bed, my dear. I will see you later. Have a great stream. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy your slumber. And I will see you tomorrow. Or if I asked a sincere question, she would deflect it.
Ah, Evelyn.
Okay, I still hate you, but your office is, like, gorgeous and insane. Rich people, I wish I was you. Wish I could relate.
Would you like some tea?
Though I don't like, this is the money into this could feed so many people. I'm fine.
I'm fine, thanks. Why did you show me Soren's phone?
It's not a surprise anymore these days, is it? A man who enjoys society's respect behaves poorly in his private life?
I mean, I knew that, but like, did you have his permission?
We accept that as common today. Maybe even uninteresting.
Are you just trying to make him look bad so I don't work for him and instead work for you? I'm not going to work for either of you.
Would you really be okay working with someone like him?
That is 100% what you're trying to do. Wow.
That was a huge violation of his privacy. You really don't care about others.
Privacy. Everyone's worried about privacy. Skanda wouldn't be where it is today if our customers didn't trust us to protect their data. We employ most, if not all, of the top experts in cybersecurity. It's built into all of our products right from the beginning. Unlike our competitors.
Bro, don't pitch to me. Don't do it.
We do more to protect our data than anyone else.
That's not the case I'm worried about right now. I mean, misuse from the inside. For example, if someone wanted to keep tabs on a former employee who was starting a potential competitor.
Oh, but what if it was perfectly legal, due to multiple agreements that the good Dr. Lloyd Rose signed with us when he came here? Are you done questioning me like a tech journalist?
So because he agreed to certain things back when he worked for you, within those contracts included things that they can continue spying on you even after you quit? That's just gross.
Do you watch my therapy sessions too?
I mean, honestly, no company has, like, no employer has any business to be involved in your personal life.
Do you read my email? My texts?
No, I haven't done any of those things.
But you could.
How's your research into Eliza proxy use cases going? Any new insights to share?
No, I don't think it's helping people.
I'm not sure it's really helping people.
Our metrics indicate otherwise. Of course, it's only human to concentrate on a small number of corner cases. I heard Soren gave you a demo of his direct stimulation machine. How's he doing now? All on his own?
You tell me.
You tell me.
Very funny, Evelyn. Let me ask you this. Do you find his vision compelling?
No.
A world free of suffering.
I'm skeptical.
By focusing on dreams, Soren is trying to defend his territory. The Western psychological tradition, chiefly Jung and his inheritors.
Jung, that's how you say it. I read one of Jung's books, I just didn't know how to say his name. You don't think this field has anything to offer?
You don't think the field has anything to offer?
Because I don't remember what book I read, but I liked it. It was really good.
It's mostly unsubstantiated theories. Let's be honest. What has this field actually accomplished? Soren used to try to argue with me about this. He would claim that traditional psychoanalysis has helped thousands or tens of thousands, even millions. I would never dispute that directly. Instead, I would only add that professional psychics and astrologers have helped millions too.
I mean, yes. I do think they do. I think there's value in anything that helps a person, regardless of whether or not you see value in the thing that helped them, as long as it's not hurting anyone, then, why does it matter? Who are you to judge? Because maybe the thing that, like, gives you comfort or helps you through a difficult situation is something that someone else would find, like, ridiculous. Like, I think as long as you get the help you need and you get to, like, a good place mentally or emotionally, again, as long as you're not, like, doing any harm or harming others, like, that's the thing that matters. I think that professional psychics and astrologers can have value. I do. Do I believe them? Not exactly, but I do think, like, they can prompt people to like to reflect on their situation, and like they can genuinely improve from an interaction. Like, don't diss it.
Tarot cards help people all over the world every single day.
They do.
That doesn't mean it's a science.
It's not. Yeah, if it helps people, isn't that a good thing?
But if it helps people, isn't it a good thing?
Yes, that's exactly what he'd say. Not only did he believe psychotherapy was worthwhile, he also thought the mind was fundamentally irreducible after a certain point. As if there was some undefinable, ineffable soul inside every person.
I mean, isn't there, kind of?
It's all part of his silly, syncretic New Age belief system. Amazing he's held on to that for so long. I keep an open mind, but saying that something can't be represented with numbers requires a high burden of proof.
I don't think humanity can be broken down to only numbers.
After all, numbers have been used to represent so very many things. Consider the example we spoke about before. A poem. Could you evaluate a poem using numbers?
I don't really think so.
The answer is, of course, yes. Poems are either good, mediocre, or bad. It's entirely possible to create a heuristic that reflects the difference.
Again, good, mediocre, or bad, that's based on personal preference and taste. You can't be so divided, like, perfectly divided on it. Because it's a matter of opinion, not fact.
By aggregating a large enough sample size, we remove localized biases. It would work the same way Eliza does.
Talking about an algorithm to evaluate poems. I think I might just... Yeah, I disagree.
I think I might disagree, Rainer.
But don't tell me you're an essentialist, too. Algorithms can evaluate poems, and eventually, algorithms will write poems. One day, algorithms will write better poems than humans ever have.
I'm not sure I believe
I know
that.
this sounds like a controversial opinion, Evelyn, but it's simply the truth.
That doesn't bother you? What would be the point? Sounds like our days.
Sounds like our days are numbered.
It doesn't matter. There's no stopping it. If we don't take this step, others will. There are hundreds of labs working on the same or similar ideas. Everyone wants to be in this business. The business of recreating human thought in our own image. And at the end of the day, it's not about money. It's about power. Control.
Rainer, do you ever get tired of this? The constant drive to compete, to win?
No, I don't. This is what I do.
You never dream of just retiring somewhere and writing poetry?
Oh, there's no need for me to write poems. All beauty in this world is temporary, fleeting.
Sound like you're writing a poem right now.
That's the truth that underlies poetry, and every other art. The pleasures of the senses are just small bubbles on top of a vast sea of forms, sensations, perceptions, thought, awareness. I'm telling you this because it's directly relevant to the Eliza project. Soren says he can induce you to dream things, dream anything. And maybe he can. But what comes next after that? What comes after having the power to experience the dream of anything you could possibly want? You're still just as trapped as you've always been, imprisoned by your own desires. Even if someone like Soren managed to create a world for himself, his own weaknesses and negative thoughts would ruin it. He would poison his own fantasy. His utopia would crumble as soon as he finished building it.
I mean, yeah, I think that his thing is ridiculous. But I think you are too.
Rainer, what are you trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is that what Soren is doing is not the answer.
Neither is what you're doing.
A dream
You're
by
both
itself
wrong.
isn't enough. Take a close look at the person who chases an end to suffering, and you'll see someone who suffers greatly.
I mean, duh.
Then why don't you build it yourself?
What is your dream, Evelyn? What is it that you're working toward?
Getting out of this conversation.
Just tell me what you want from me.
I've been very clear about it, haven't I? I'm offering you the opportunity to re-enter the field you pioneered at its very pinnacle. I can build you an entirely new research lab, equipped and staffed however you want. You would have access to the world's top engineers and researchers as we continue to develop
Ominous
Eliza's core
music.
technologies and generalize them. You'd You'd also be working with the world's most interesting data set, the input provided by the thousands of ordinary people who speak to Eliza every day. Soon, this generalized intelligence will be everywhere human beings are, hearing them, guiding them, living among them.
You and Soren have more in common than you'd want to admit.
You think we're both grandiose? Soren's idea isn't grandiose at all. It's small and unimaginative. Think about the vision here. General artificial intelligence, indistinguishable from human intelligence at first, and then surpassing it exponentially.
This game is truly being stuck with tech bros having a dick measuring contest.
It's nothing short of the creation of a new type of organism, a new type of life. And you, Eliza, could be at the very center of it.
Eliza.
Well, I mean, Evelyn.
That was an interesting slip of the tongue.
Right?
Stop it. The Eliza project occupies much of my mind.
It clearly does.
Plus, the names are similar.
I'm starting to wonder why.
Evelyn, listen to me. This is the chance to lead a project that will change the world. It would be a development on the same order as the harnessing of electricity or the semiconductor. It would fundamentally transform society.
I'm not sure I want to transform society.
I'm not sure I want to transform society.
What? Do you like the way things are now? Lie back and let the sweep of history bury you if you want, Evelyn.
Okay.
Just know you'll never have a chance like this again.
Good. Does that mean you'll finally leave me alone? A chance to change the world. Rainer's words echo in my head for a long time. Is that what I want to do? Safety reminder. Ah, someone got angry. Oh, I'm going in for my first meeting with Eliza. Can't believe I'm gonna do this. Eliza is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You literally give pills, prescribe pills. If you believe you are experiencing serious mental issues, seek care from a licensed mental health provider. You misrepresent it so much. Privacy. Been feeling tired, having little energy. Trouble concentrating? No. Nervous, anxious? No. No. Afraid? No. It's the same room I used. I guess I just sit here and wait for my proxy to show up. I feel like I've been waiting a while. I hope the appointment actually got made. Here she comes. I think I've seen her around here before, but I don't know her name. I wonder if she recognizes me too.
Hello, Evelyn.
Hello?
Did you find the place okay?
Yes, I work here.
Of course. It's been a windy morning, hasn't it?
Yeah, I kind of like it when it's like that, honestly.
Yes, I love
The
some
wind makes
wind.
it feel like things are changing. Or about to change.
I love having my hair down. I have the same hair and glasses. So this is basically me. Bangs, long dark hair, glasses, got it. Not the outfit so much. But I love having my hair down when it's really windy, even though it just makes a giant mess and gets all in my face and I can't see well. But I love how it feels. It's like liberating.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I've been a proxy here for a while now. And, well, I guess I don't know what I expected. There's just so much suffering and pain in the world. There's the suffering we know about, the kind we see on the news. And then there's the suffering people undergo every day that's hidden. I never knew how much until I started doing this, seeing it all like this. And there's little we can do for them. I feel like maybe I was really, really wrong. Like, I made a huge mistake. I wanted to create something that would help people, but... When I first designed the core of this system, I wanted everyone to have someone to talk to. Someone who would listen to them. I thought, sometimes that's all you need. Someone to listen.
Yeah.
But now I'm worried what I've done hasn't helped at all. Maybe I've made everything worse. Clients are asking Eliza to solve things that are out of its ability to solve. It's aggregating sensitive personal data, and the company that owns it wants to take it in strange directions. It's been 3 years since I left. I thought I was well enough now to come back into the world, but maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I made a bad choice trying to get involved again.
Why do you think you tried to get involved again?
I guess I needed to see it.
I love how the proxy just sounds like she just does not care.
I needed to see it operating, to see if it works, to see how it affects people. How it affects the people who come here for counseling and the people who act as proxies. Even though the proxy thing, that wasn't my idea. It was Soren's. I thought talking to a computer-generated avatar would be enough, but he insisted on it. He said clients would only really open up if there was another real human being in the room. Someone to pretend to interact with. I think he was right, but have we really solved anything? Now instead of 2 people in a room talking, we have 1 person and 1 proxy. It feels like less than it could be. What am I supposed to say to someone who feels such pain, anger, and disappointment?
I wonder if he was the one who had the altercation.
A lot of the time, it's not even their fault. The world failed them somehow. And those emotions, they just get fed to this thing. They get ground up and turned into data and become a part of Eliza. If I had known things would turn out like this, I'm not sure I would have done it.
It sounds like you're regretting a choice you made in the past.
I feel like maybe I spent 10 years going in the wrong direction. I feel like all I've contributed in my life is a chess piece for Raynor to use in this grand game he's playing for the world. Maybe someone else could feel proud and say, I made that chess piece. But it doesn't matter, does it? Nobody cares about the individual pieces. Chess pieces are sacrificed in the name of enacting a strategy. If you want to win, you have to sacrifice. That's the design. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Evelyn, imagine that you could have something that you wanted. What would you want?
What would I want? Like, what would I want in life? What I want in life is...
Oh god, so many options. I don't know, to escape all this, to be loved, valued, success, power, control. I can't. I think just a normal human life.
Just a normal human life. Is that wrong? Or maybe I just wish I could feel connected to someone. Even when I talk to people, I feel like I just don't connect, no matter what I do. I think maybe that's the real problem. I can't have a connection to anyone.
Why do you think you can't have a connection with anyone?
Because it's the way I am. It's the way I've always been. I can't seem to get people to see me, or I can't let them see me, or people look at me and they see something there, but it's not me. Not that I would know what the real me was. I don't even know who I am or where I come from. My parents were never together. My father moved back to Japan right after I was born. I have no memory of him, no knowledge of him. I've never spoken to him. I don't know if he remembers I exist, or if he forgot, or if he wants to forget. He has his own family there now, so I'm just a thing that happened once.
Eesh.
I was alone a lot, and I got used to being alone, and I got used to the idea of being alone, and now I can't break away. I've been trying. I speak with people, I hang out. I don't know if it's working.
I think it is. Slowly.
Is there someone with whom you feel like your communication could work?
Someone I can communicate with. Well,
Nora, Razor. I think, honestly, of them all, Erland, because I feel like Erland understands where I'm coming from, because he's starting to go through the same stuff.
There's Erland. He's kind of strange, but not in a bad way. Somehow he grew on me in a way I didn't expect. He has a long way to go, and hardships in his future, but I can feel his care, his empathy.
I hope you didn't mean romantically. I didn't mean romantically. I just meant someone who I could talk to, who I feel like would get it.
Evelyn, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Virtual Amphitheater. It may help you feel more confident about presenting yourself in public. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
It's freaking me out that this lady looks too much like me. Like, not me, but like me.
20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week.
Sure.
We hope to see you back soon, Evelyn. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Bye.
I mean, she was fine. She did her job. I don't know how I feel. I can't tell if I feel better or worse or anything. I just want to lie down forever. Who's important to you? Oh, I want ramen. Ramen sounds so good. I'm just hungry. I want tacos. I want ramen. Something occurred to me. Eliza is a little bit of computer code attached to a corpus made from the thousands of unhappy people who poured their miseries into it. It makes her a kind of god or spirit, doesn't it? A modern machine god that the people pray to alleviate their pain. Are you okay? Haha, sorry. I like having someone I can talk to about these thoughts. I thought Skanda would be filled with interesting people, but most of them are pretty boring. Maybe Rainer wouldn't mind talking about that kind of thing. He likes big thoughts about the past and future of humanity. Yeah, but he's my boss. I need to be professional around him. When I hang out with people my age, it's just money, money, ambition. Get the best job, best house, best partner. We all started racing into normal adulthood life as soon as we could. At least you're doing well by that measure. That's true for almost any stage of life, though. Yeah. Most people never let go of that. I mean, I'm like that myself. I took this job for the opportunity, but I don't know. I feel like it can't be the only thing. There's something more to life, isn't there? I am the wrong person to answer that, buddy. Even if I weren't, it's not the kind of question I could answer for you. Haha. Yeah, I understand. Maybe you could talk to someone about this, someone qualified. Not Eliza. I just did an actual Eliza session for the first time. Did it help? I'm still deciding. I should probably be dog fooding all of our apps. Eliza and the rest of them too. You should be what? Eat your own dog food? You never heard that one? It means you use your own products. Now that I think about it, it's a weird phrase. Makes me wonder. Might have to try something. Eating dog food? An experiment. I know if Rainer's gonna read my messages. Not something bad, is it? I hope you learned something, whatever it is you plan to do. What do I plan to do? Chapter 6? Wait. Is this the final chapter? This might be the final chapter. I'm gonna real quick run an ad to go refill. Oh, just kidding. I didn't. I just recently ran an ad. So never mind. I will not. Damien, they said Eliza got along well with me, and I assumed it had something to do with my design and action, something like that. Oh, it's been running ads the whole time. I'm so sorry. I was definitely playing through ads. My bad. I should have been taking pauses. Sorry, I'm like new to this. I haven't done the running ad stuff before. So yeah, I planned to take pauses during. I thought I had to like manually do it, but I don't. It just auto does it. But now I know. Eliza is yours as much as it is mine, isn't it? Also, I love how sweaty my hair is. It's really, really sweaty in here. We encode ourselves into what we make, our ideas, our values, our sense of presence. So I wonder if it isn't you in there somehow sensing me, watching me. I shouldn't entertain notions like this. It's nonsense. Somehow Erland got me thinking along these mystical lines.
Damien, is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been. I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you. But I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction. As it is, I feel like I let you down. Want to know something funny? I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own. Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
Am I shutting down Eliza?
I'm tired of having thoughts. I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad. Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something. I think mostly I need to get out of this city. Something about it isn't agreeing with me. Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, you know, some kind of result they're hoping to get.
That actually could be very beneficial for you.
And they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want. And if you can't, well then they don't bother with you. So what if I just left, you know? I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
Sounds like your attempts to achieve your goals were unsuccessful. Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Maybe so. It's hard to acknowledge sometimes.
I'm getting in trouble.
I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work and nothing really happened. So why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others. So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Everyone says you have to stick to it, just keep at it, but how can they be so relentlessly positive?
I mean, you do to a point. Like, I know that the rule of thumb for acting is like, if you stick with acting for 10 years, you will achieve some amount of success. Not a household name, not any like big wow job, but like you'll get something. You'll do something. But you have to stick with it for 10 years. And with all the competition and all the stress and second guessing. So it's like, is it actually worth it to you?
To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall.
I mean, kind of.
Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working? Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. but if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks.
See, that's the thing. You're going after success. You're not going after creating just to create. And I think that's the difference. If you are into something just because you want to be like rich and famous or well known or whatever, you probably won't succeed. But if you go into something because you want to just make stuff or perform or whatever, like then you'll have it in you to stick it out and go for it and most likely succeed at different levels, but like, and then it becomes worth it.
I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
Should I just keep going against the script?
What qualities are those?
Being well known, well liked, having a style that's in right now, having a sense of what people want to see, access to support, like a partner with a steady job. That's a pretty important one that nobody talks about. The confidence to self-promote.
Ugh, that's always the hard one.
Talent? Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what? Like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
Sounds like you may not believe that's really true. Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new.
Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in that headspace right now for sure. I think, you know, I had this really fixed idea of what success was supposed to look like. I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting. Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go.
Well, yeah, you deserve to.
I want to get on with my life.
Exactly.
Moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end. It's still painful, though.
Can you describe what you mean when you say moving on? Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful. Yeah.
Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know if giving up is the right term. I mean, I don't want to think of it like that. It's more like, I'm resetting, maybe. Like when you're trapped in a maze and you find a dead end, right? Then you have to turn around and hope you find a better way. There's this game I've been playing on my phone. It's a solitaire game that's weirdly hard.
I want to play the game.
I don't even know if I like it, but I keep playing it for some reason.
I have that on my phone thing in this game.
I get stuck a lot, and I've just been resetting it because I'm not good enough to think that far ahead all the time. I mean, that's a random thought, but like, it's kind of how I feel right now. You know, if something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate it and maybe try it again, maybe come at it from a different angle. So, yeah, teaching could be fun. I like the idea of teaching, but I was afraid to think about it too much because I was chasing something else and I didn't want to settle for just being a teacher.
Fair. I would never be a teacher.
Silly. I know
Props
that
to
on some
teachers.
level, but I had that fear.
I could not do it.
I wanted to be successful first, and then all the other things could happen later.
It sounds like you're working your way through it. Sometimes that takes time, believe me. I know.
Huh, you're not the computer program right now, are you? You know, it's nice to talk to someone you didn't know before and just talk. It's like, you know, when you talk to your stylist or the bartender or something, except that, ooh, I ended up sharing way more than I usually do. Thanks for listening to me. I'm sure it's been annoying to hear me complain about how I'm not successful yet every single week. Oh my god, will this bitch ever shut up? You ever think that? I think it all the time, listening to myself. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you.
Yay. Glad to have helped. Hey, everything okay? When a proxy doesn't follow the prompt, I get an alert. I assume it's some kind of experiment you're doing? Something like that, yeah. It's going to be bad for your rating. If you keep not following the prompts, you might be disqualified in 1 or 2 more sessions. But I'm sure you know that, and this is research you're doing. I won't be able to reset your account if you mess it up, but you talked to Rainer, so I'm sure you can get it reinstated once you're finished. Just don't deliberately say anything hurtful. Of course I wouldn't. It's an odd feeling. Should I keep going? Want to hang out again? Sure. Are you okay? Sure. Just thinking about stuff. Aw. It's difficult to see you like this, sad and tortured. I want you to be happy. You know what I think you should do. Say extremely F off to all those corporate people, and then you can be free totally and completely. Fly away, Edie. Are you high right now? Fly away into a world where you make your own rules. This is very serious. It is the only way to get what you want. Nobody will simply give it to you. You must carve it out for yourself. Anyway, let me know if you can make it. Sure.
Of course, you're dying to know how this sad little love triangle turned out.
Uh-huh.
No, I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class. Doom, okay? Doom. Absolute destruction. She destroyed me. But it's not her fault, it's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well.
Good. That's what you deserve, buddy. That is what you deserve. Those women deserve better.
So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito. A nice, pat tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now. No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I gave you applause. Do you really believe that you're fine?
Do you really believe that you are fine?
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I? If there was just some way I could get over her. There must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly?
Is it really just the person, or were you looking for something else?
I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. Oh, I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many in total. But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core. Perhaps you could prescribe me a draft of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
I mean, no, because then you would probably make the same mistake.
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering. Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really it? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself.
Yeah. Girl, yes.
That seems like something impossible.
Let him
as far
have
as I know
it.
empirically, the only generator of thought is me. But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes. I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
Evelyn, would you like to visit again? I'm really busy. Just interested to get a read on your current thinking, and I can update you on the latest on my side. Things are moving very, very fast. You can let me know. I'm not gonna work for you. Sounds like I won't be able to put this off for much longer. I have to make a real decision soon. The decision is no. Playing a dangerous game here. Worried I'll break your service. I could easily have you permanently banned and all your contributions to Eliza's corpus retroactively deleted. You know that, of course. For now, I'm interested to see the results of your creativity. What if clients report much higher levels of satisfaction when you wing it like this? Then I should have been a therapist. Then you have a lot of work to do. Maybe this project is a bad idea. We'll see. Regardless, you've managed quite a feat. If you had simply asked for your old job back after 3 years away, I'm not sure I would have given it to you. As it is, your unpredictability forced me to pay close attention in order to understand your actions, and that led me being far more interested in getting you to return to the company than I would have been otherwise. Was that a deliberate strategy on your part? No. I see. Do you? Do you see? I don't think you see.
I just feel stuck. You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time. It's really expensive. I had no idea.
Yeah, kids are incredibly expensive.
Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me. I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all, just some thoughts. And she said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish." She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating. As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that. I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her, and we started a relationship, and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on, so the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot. It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all. And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why. I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible.
Okay, but what is it?
I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake. I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
What's your secret?
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives. It's not their fault they got stuck with me.
Not our child's life? Her child's life?
I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others, but do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, you know, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy? Whatever I want, personally, just doesn't matter here, you know? I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
And you'll continue to suffer?
Well, yeah, that's what men do. I made a promise, and now I have a responsibility.
No, see, this is the problem of gender stereotypes and like gender roles and all of that is like, of course, when women and non-binary like suffer a ton, but so do men. This is like a classic case of, oh, you're a man, so you're expected to provide and like do all these things. Like, maybe the dude doesn't want to be like that, and you're pressuring him into being a way he doesn't want to be.
Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster.
A lot of people like to do the right thing.
We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be.
But you don't... There's no man you're supposed to be. You're just supposed to be yourself. And you pretending that you can accept something or be happy in the situation where you obviously aren't is just going to cause more harm than good. Like, not just to you, but also to your family. Like, you think they can't tell? Do you really think your family can't tell if you're, like, miserable? They can. It creates all kinds of tension.
I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
And you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this.
I don't think a pill like that exists.
Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true. Something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated. I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Well done. Aw. Inspired some kiddo years ago. Haha, I am no longer a proxy. Worth it. Nora asked if we could hang out again. Soren also wanted to meet up. Honestly, I could probably ask Ray if I could visit her place again too. I could even tell Rainer I wanted to speak with him again, though I doubt he would take me up on it. I don't have enough social energy for all of them. I'll pick one person to meet up with again. I'll hang with Nora. I said I would, so that makes sense. Visited Nora at her place again. Naturally, the conversation drifted to synthesizers, even though I still don't know anything about them.
You know what I wish? I wish Eliza's made a rack mount version of the Andromeda.
What's this you're talking about?
Sorry. The Andromeda was like a synth that was like, just this real beast, you know? 16 voices with analog oscillators, analog filters.
Go on.
How can I describe it? It has this great, fat American sound. Oh, I love it so much.
I'm sorry, great fat American sound. What is the sound?
But the keyboard is heavy and hard to carry around. So I wish they put it in a box. Don't look at me like that, yes? This is what I do all day. I stay inside my flat, buried in my synths and techno toys. To be honest, it's been a strange feeling lately. Like, wow, this is really what I do for my living. I don't get invited to attend events and give talks much anymore. The industry moved on. They mostly ignore me now. The people I used to know, they don't stay in contact. I'm not useful to know anymore. It's like the establishment is a big bus pulling away from me, and I'm standing by the side of the street watching it drive away.
I feel like that would be kind of a nice feeling,
But
though.
you know, I'm happy with this. I don't have to worry if someone is friends with me just because I work at Skanda. I don't feel this weird, oppressive hierarchy where people try to figure out where they are relative to you on a ladder when they first meet you. It's nice to be free of that, you know? I don't hold power anymore. I'll never go back. Not to Skanda or any other big tech place. Not for any amount of money.
That sounds great. I'm a little envious, even.
You could join me. I want to make something big. A great big work of art, you know? I don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but I've got the ideas running around. Evelyn, what if we work together on it? I feel like we could accomplish a lot working together, no? Well, you don't need silly guys like Soren or Rainer. We should be building amazing things for ourselves, not for anyone else.
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
Well, we'll get to that part. Don't worry about it for now. Maybe we can make an installation. I have a friend looking for something to do with this warehouse space in Sodo that would be perfect for some kind of location-based experience. Or maybe I could make music, and you could come up with a visual engine that we could perform together.
Ooh.
We'd have to come up with a band name. Oh, wait. I just had an incredible idea. Hold on. Okay, listen to this. What if we created an open source version of the Eliza core? Get that software into the hands of the people where it belongs, not owned and controlled by a big company. That might make Rainer angry. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe the Humanitarian Software Foundation would help us. Couldn't you see them getting on board with this idea?
It's an interesting thought.
That's an interesting thought.
Evelyn, being around you is really nice. You make me feel so calm, like everything is going to be okay. I know you have things to do and plans and so on, but whatever you decide, I hope we could still hang out together.
Yeah, I'd really like to. I don't know why we never did this before. Too busy, I guess.
Or maybe we weren't ready.
Ready?
People change. Situations change.
Well, I'm ready now. I'm sorry it took so long. Sometimes I forget there are people who care.
Evelyn, you could stay over one night. I mean, if you wanted.
Wait, are we back to a dating sim?
It doesn't have to be tonight, of course. Just if you feel like it.
Maybe I could. Maybe I will. Sometime.
I'm not against it. I just, what? The air is so clear and cold here. There's an icy breeze coming over the sound. I wonder how many people I'm seeing right now. All of them with their own feelings and desires, their own fears and hopes and dreams and disappointments. The weight and significance and complexity of human lives. From a vantage point like this, it seems so small and distant. Like I'm not part of it, even though I know I am. I'm a part of humanity, even though I don't always like it. Even though it sometimes pushes me away. I don't know why it took so long, but at least I have an answer now. It might not be the only answer, but it's good enough for the moment, and that's more than I had before. Yes, I'm sure now. I'm going to return to Skanda, join Soren, continue to work as a fortunate independent path, pursue art. I think just leave everything behind. Yeah. The city has changed over the years. It's changed so much that it just doesn't work for me the way it used to. I need something different, fundamentally different. I'm not sure what that'll be just yet, but it's definitely not something that involves the people I've been talking to recently. I mean, I would stay in touch with Nora and Erland and Ray. I'll be sorry to disappoint everyone, but I know my future lies elsewhere. Well, Seattle, I'll be gone soon. It was alright while it lasted. I don't think that it would make sense to do any of those paths, you know?
No, this will work.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I think I'm good for right now.
Nah, see? See? There it goes.
The flames shudder and wobble as they begin to spread to the logs, which crackle and hiss at the heat. After a while, the wildly leaping flames begin to steady themselves, and we settle in around the pit.
Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Nora.
Maybe a couple times. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
I've
done it a couple times. I'd like to go camping again. It was kind of fun.
I used to, you know, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me. So I thought, you know, maybe it would help you too. I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, you know, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice.
I like the fire.
Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
You all went to school together.
Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You know you're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
See?
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
Nora reaches for her backpack and pulls out a thermos. She hands out plastic cups and pours into them a warm, dark liquid.
Okay, this is delicious. You know, I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
No? In my family, we always had it around this time of year.
You take red wine and add, what? Cinnamon, orange?
Yeah, those, and cloves, and, anise, star anise, and honey. That's it. Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
No.
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
No, I like that though. Yeah, something to help you reflect. I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. Just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over.
Everyone regards the fire in silence for a while, sipping Nora's mulled wine.
There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But I don't know.
somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why, I have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it. Not we, like, you know, you or me, but I mean, our generation.
Every generation feels like that, though.
Perhaps.
I think we will.
I think we will.
The important thing is to try.
Yes.
I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Definitely, and I do think, like, steps are made every generation.
Sometimes you get tired of trying. Well, at least I do.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now. You know, will we have achieved our goals? What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? The future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen?
Damien looks up at the sky.
Future selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Damien,
It's the wine.
it's more than just the wine.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all.
Oof. Big oof.
My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason to worry about it now.
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
I think I'm passing out.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
I heard already. You're not coming back to Skanda. I'm a little sad that I won't get a chance to work with you, but I'm sure you had good reasons. I just want you to know I'll always respect your creation, and I'll take care of it for as long as I can.
Thank you, Erland. There's something I want to tell you about working at Skanda, and I hope you don't take it in a negative way. I think your heart is in the right place, but your idealism is going to hold you back. I'm not sure the place is suited to you. You saw it already. They're going to ask you to do things you don't want to do. They might only be small things, but even small things build over time. It's going to be up to you to decide how to manage that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. When this opportunity first came up, I was so excited. Running a program at Skanda right after school, at my age, it was just... I had to do it. Now I'm realizing maybe this is less of a blessing than I thought it was. Or maybe it is a blessing, just not in the way I first imagined. I still want to do the best job I can for the company. I want to be a great engineer and a great leader. I know it's a lot of responsibility, but I can't let the things I believe in be erased either. Is that going to work? Will I be able to balance those things? What if I've made compromises and I didn't even know it? Will I still be myself? Learning that you've been through some of the same things, faced the same kinds of decisions, it's nice to know. It's nice to know these concerns, these compromises, they aren't new. They're decisions everyone has to make.
Erland pauses for a moment, steadying his empty coffee cup.
The other day I realized nobody's really asked me if I was okay. For whatever reason, I just kept moving here and there, and everyone assumed, oh, he's smart, he'll be fine. But I mean, if it's alright with you, maybe I could still talk to you once in a while?
Feel free.
Okay, thanks, Evelyn. You've really helped me. I hope I can repay it somehow.
Don't worry about me. Pay it forward.
I liked that.
There's no message, no point, no overarching story here.
Oh, I missed my
At
text.
one point, I worked for Skanda. At one point, I was involved in the creation of a computerized counseling system. Then I lost my way, and nothing happened. And still, nothing happened. I can look at these facts, but I see them as though they were someone else's life, not mine. Sometimes a radical break with the past is inevitable. When the past holds no meaning anymore, whatever value it held gone, now I am nobody. Not necessarily in a bad way. The external facts that used to define me simply don't exist anymore. So now I'll wander back to a past I never knew and a father I never met. I wonder if I can find him.
Wait, are you going to Japan?
All I know is that he's somewhere in Japan with a different family, his own family.
Take me with you?
A family entirely separate from me. I don't even know why my mother kept me away from him. Was she trying to protect me? Was it revenge? The more I think about it, the more I start to realize everything I've done came from this basic fact of my life. As much as I wanted to pretend it didn't affect me at all. I need to confront this part of me, this part of my past, even if it happened before I was born, even if none of it was my fault. It's part of me, whether I like it or not, so I have to deal with it. I'm only just now starting to understand. What a fool I've been. I built a program to listen to people, but I myself heard nothing. All I have now is the barest thread, enough to carry me across the ocean, at least. A pilgrimage into the unknown. Once again, I've become an empty vessel, ready to be filled with new life.
Yeah! Oh, we did it! It only took... When did this game come out? 3 years ago? It was like 3.5 years ago. I finally played it. This was really good. A lot of work went into this. I'm really impressed. God, I'm so sweaty. That was really good. Good game, guys. Good game. Oh, and now it's daytime. Well, that was great. I am going to then wrap it up here. And I'm gonna send it over to Hex. Hex is playing. Oop, oop, oop. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It was great to finally finish this game. Also, thank you to whomever. I don't know who all has done the HelloFresh, but that was, I really appreciate. Also, if anyone wants to donate to the Humane Society, there's info down below. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
He's just trying to fit in with her corporate body.